very special horse. He gets away with everything.
You better. You better. So who's this bad boy or girl?
Boy.
Bad boy.
If you insist.
You insist?
Yeah.
It's a good one?
Yeah, he just won the other day actually.
Oh, yeah.
I used to get him as a 2-year-old, and then he got really ranked. So the boss called me back to get on him. Been getting on him for a while now. And then he just ran for the first time for the year and just won his first race in Sofia.
Nice. You know, it's not easy in this.
I know. That's for sure. You gotta got tough skin, man, around here. Tough place. You gotta got tough skin, you know.
But after a while, you get used to it.
Yeah.
But is it hard? I mean, like getting used to it, that's probably hard though.
Well,
because you don't want to get used to that kind of stuff.
Well, competition is competition. Competition is hard, right? So you just make you step your game up. One way or the other. One way or the other. You know?
Yeah, I hear you. The barn's starting to heat up now.
Yeah. As I say, if I can't get them on the afternoon, I make sure I make them win so they can see them winning and I get something else, you know?
Here's your rest of your barn people.
Opportunity.
You still angry, brother? Is he still angry? He's there cussing all morning.
That's blue all the time. Come on.
Is he hearing me? Is that why he's stopping and looking around?
Well, no. He's quiet now. When he gets to the track, he's not going to be so quiet.
Kick off and going.
Yeah. I know that.
Morning. What's up, Eddie? Hi. I'll keep my eyes on you there, Corey.
Ask him what he thinks about Jordan.
What do you think about Jordan?
Corey Jordan?
Well, yeah, not Michael Jordan. I mean, obviously Corey Jordan, right?
That's first. He's a gentleman, first of all. Very nice guy. Hard worker. Just need a shot.
Or two.
Or two. Very hard worker.
You seem to be giving that young man some really good shots.
Never complain. He's always humble and nice.
Well, Corey, again, thanks for doing this with me this morning, man. It was a pleasure going around watching how you operate in the morning, and I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. No problem, man. No problem.
So let's start from the bottom, man. Like I always do, let's start from the bottom and get a little bit of background of you and how you got involved in horse racing.
But it started from the bottom, actually. I always wanted to be a jockey from the time I came out, actually. And then it started in Barbados, where I born. I was a country guy, so there weren't even much horses in the country to get on to like practice a ride or whatever. So my dad, he was into horses, mostly like punter, go to the racetrack and gamble and stuff like that. He used to always take me to the races. Back then it was like races used to run on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think, back in Barbados. He used to come for me like after school, and they would take me to the races and stuff. So I always been around the racetrack. So So as I grew older, there ain't nothing else I wanted to do but ride the horses. So I think when I was in like first form, he took me to Miss Dean riding school. Then I started there, but he used to always come back for me a little bit too late. So the mistress was like, we can't do this to the kid. We gotta bring him back when they get a little bit older. So as I got older, I reached like third form when I was able to catch the bus and stuff by myself. I went to school at Parkinson. So you know, the farm is right there in Dash Valley. I used to go walk down by Buster and catch a van and go up by the riding school. So when I got back there now, when I was a third form, I wasn't by myself no more. All the guys was there. It was a tough group. Like when I got there, Rico, Rocco, Chris Husbands, Shane Collymore, Antonio Bishop, like that whole group, Jonathan Grant, that whole group was there. So I came back in a really rough group of guys.
And you say rough, what do you mean?
Like there was all promising jockeys at the time, and like I came back. There was like no lie, like 3 months ahead of me in time, 4 months ahead of me. So when I came back, like I still had a lot of catching up to do to those guys, right? So they went on to the track and got their license and stuff, and I was still by the farm, backed up. So by the time they got rolling at the Garrison, I was just like, you know, stuck left as like a number 10 rider or something like that.
I want to ask you about, you said earlier that you're a country guy.
Yeah.
When you said country, like which parish are you from?
St. Joseph.
St. Joseph.
Yeah, Branchbury, St. Joseph, small town.
There's not a big jockey community there. Horse racing, not so big.
No. Only guys that are really from the country that are jockeys is me and Antonio Whitehall, I think. Yeah. Because there's no other jockey where I'm from, and he's just like 15 minutes away from where I'm from. So yeah.
Now, I know Barbados is a very small place, but
yeah.
Is there anything different, like when you from St. Joseph, or if you're from I don't know, Bayland, or? Well,
if you're from Bayland, you're a lot closer to the track, so there's a lot more information and a lot more guys, a lot more connections, a lot, you know. We're stuck in the country, there's not more connections to get you to on the track. You gotta work your way in.
But the treatment is no different, is it?
No, the treatment is no different.
A lot of people always talk about Miss Dean. What did she mean to you and to the rest of the jockeys?
To be honest, like she was the mentor, the boss. She taught everyone there a lot. She's a great horse lady, and this part all we learn from. Like can't say it was being easy. You get like the rough love, the tough love treatment. But at the end of the day, that's what makes you the best. All of us came from there, and all of us are great riders today.
Is there a difference now with the newer crop of jockeys, because they still have a lot of spirit and a lot of fight, and they're still good riders? But is there any difference from those days and these days now?
I can't really say, because I haven't been back home like so long, like maybe like 10 years. To really know the little guys know that upcoming riders. So I don't really know the upcoming riders. The last set of riders I knew when I left Barbados was like Kenny John and Rashid Hughes and that last group. But after that, I don't really know.
I met Kenny John this year. He's not a jockey no more. He's a trainer.
He's a trainer now, yeah. So that's the same. That's when I left Barbados. He was still a jockey.
Pretty cool. Now, I mean, you left Barbados, right, in pursuit of being a jockey, or did you not, or was it for a different cause?
Well, I left Barbados, as I said, like, cause when I came back to the farm, and when I left the farm and went to the track, it was just too much guys, too tough. So like all those guys was like promising riders. They were small, they were light. I was a taller guy. I was light too, but still everyone likes the shorter rider, you know. We taller guys, you got a little bit of a fight. But that said, I fight it out. I'm here.
Come back this way again?
Yeah. This is my reason to get out of bed every day.
That one? All right, brother. Now, does that make you fight harder when you have so much to go against?
Definitely. From the start, it was always a fight. Everyone was going to tell me like, I'm going to be too tall, I'm going to be too heavy. So like that kind of just imprint in my brain just to just keep it going, just to like keep my weight down and get to be a jockey.
And when you left Barbados, where did you end up?
I left Barbados. I went straight to Winnipeg. I got the opportunity to gallop there. To be honest, I didn't go straight to race ride. I got the opportunity to gallop. As I was saying, it was so tough already with all the riders in Barbados. I wasn't getting no race rides, or I was hardly getting any much horses to get on in the morning because it's like a limited amount of horses and so much riders. So I took the opportunity to come to Winnipeg and gallop some horses for Carl Anderson, and he actually saw a liking for me, and I only rode like 3 horses in Barbados. I rode my first start, and then like a couple of weeks after, I rode my another horse. I think it was Ism and Schism or something like that. And then Victor gave me a shot on Shy Boy. And then if I rode him the Monday, I left and came to Canada. So, and his races are not like that frequent, like it's here. So I didn't really do much riding in Barbados. So by the time I came to Canada, and I was galloping, the guy I was galloping for, he was like, "You look really good in the saddle. Like, why you don't try to get your jock's license?" But at that time, it was just like, I would say I was galloping, so my brain wasn't like completely focused into the race riding. So I got the license. I rode the horse. Didn't run much, and then I really liked what I was doing, like getting back into the game, and then start working on my weight. Then I was still galloping for a while. Then I quit the galloping, decided to take the riding seriously, and then that's when I won my first race.
Now, after you won your first race, what did that do to you? Did that make you want to reach for more wins as a jockey?
Yeah, definitely, because it was just kind of like, it was just like the taste of a candy, right? And then he spit it out. It was like, I want more of that, right? So it was like, and a lot of the guys helped me on the way, like becoming a jockey too, like showing me a lot of ins and outs, like keeping my weight down and stuff like that.
Is that normal? Is that normal for other jockeys to help each other out?
Well, some do, but like as I say, like I always wanted to be a jockey, and lots of the guys knew me from when I was a kid, running through the jock's house, taking the whips and stuff from the guys, taking the helmets and stuff from the guys. Richard Lopez, he's actually my godfather, so that was my idol for a really, really long time. I didn't really need to watch, like, I didn't have the opportunity to watch like North American races on the computer and stuff. I really didn't have no computer back home, but just here in the country, right? So only one I really needed to look up to was Richard Lopez and Randy Combach.
Richard Lopez?
Yeah.
Does he have a nickname?
Pouchy.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get at, because I'm just trying to put the two together. I know that me and him spoke, and he told me Richard. I was like, everybody calls you Pouchy, but
yeah. So
now officially Richard Lopez.
Yeah. So like, them was the only main two people I knew to like watch ride, because my dad, they was the best friends with my dad. So every time my dad take me to the races, I had to get the opportunity to go inside the jock's house and hang out with my godfather until see what he does for every race. So every time he goes out, I just got his helmet in my hand, his stick in my hand. When he comes to the door, I give him his helmet, give him his stick. And then that's the only one I'm gonna go actually watch ride when I go to the rail.
You mentioned your dad quite a few times already. Your dad got you into this because he would go and make a few bets at the track. Yeah, he was always a horse fan.
Like he always wanted to be a rider or something involved in the horses, but my grandpa didn't let him when he was younger, because it was pretty dangerous at that time. At the Garrison, guys didn't ride with no helmets, no vests. I don't think they had an inside rail or something like that. But my granddad always said it was pretty dangerous at the time, and he didn't really want him to ride. And plus, he had to take up the business card. My grandfather, he was in the carpentry and stuff, so he wanted my dad to follow up. the carpentry and stuff. They wanted me to do that, but my brain was too stick on the horses.
Did your dad ever gain any success with his bit at the Garrison or a bit with horse racing?
Well, to be honest, he uses me a lot. You know, like when you're young, you got the young look. So you just ask me like, which one do you like? And I would be like, I like this horse, or I like that horse, and we go bet on it, and it would win. I remember, never forget, I had a horse named Sakita Princess, and I really liked that horse. And one day he came to me and asked me, which horse do you think is gonna win the race? I tell him, I like Sakita Princess. He said like, yeah, he went and load up on it. Big money.
You know, those are the kind of stories I love to hear with horse racing, because, you know, for a punter, you know, you make bets or whatever, you don't always come true, but there's always a joy when your kid tell you to bet this horse and the horse wins.
Yeah, and a couple, I could call a couple. Then when I first got my gallop license and stuff, I was galloping a horse. I was supposed to ride a horse actually, and I got sick with the chicken pox, so I couldn't go in the jock cell with the chicken pox. And Shane Coleman picked up the ride and won with it. A horse named Coral Princess. Yeah, and he asked me, how is this horse doing? He told me it's feeling really good. You should bet him. Yeah, he loaded up on that one too.
In horse racing, would you call that, because sometimes, you know, freaky things happen, and those are the missed opportunities, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, how many of those times have you had in your career where you miss an opportunity?
Well, lots, to be honest. Because when I first started in Winnipeg, I had a lot of opportunities, but as I say, my brain wasn't right, you know. I was dealing with a lot of stuff, and I had to get myself back together. And once I got myself back together and focused, it all came together.
I want to ask you about that. Would you mind if I ask you about that?
But,
morning, guys.
Morning.
Like, your brain was not together. You had a lot of things dealing with. Like, what was going through your brains?
well, a lot of stuff, man. Like the kids not getting an opportunity, like just working. Mostly, like in the beginning when my kids trying to figure out, oh, am I going to make ends meet, whatever cases, sticking to galloping, or I'm going to go to get an agent to race ride, like, and all kind of stuff, because it's really tough, right? So, you know, unfortunately, I had to stick to my own, because you can't really get an agent if I'm not, I want to say, like, got all the credentials to sell.
That's big in horse racing.
Yeah.
Like, you have to show what you have done in the past.
Exactly.
But
so,
in
like,
order to show that, you have to have opportunity as well.
Exactly. So like, and in horse racing, your mind and yours do count. You say like coming up as a bug boy and riding as a bug and stuff like that. I never really got an opportunity to do that, right?
You didn't get an opportunity as a bug boy.
No.
Oh, that's. I would say if this was Disney World, I would say that's pretty sad. Yeah, because you missed out on opportunity.
Yeah, because like, remember in Barbados you had that rule, like when you pass 25 you lost your bug, and it sucks for me. Like in 2015, that's when I just took my license back out, and then I actually won races when I took it back out. So I turned 25 that year, I won races, so, and then I lose the bug. You know, in order for me to get the bug back, I had to go to Barbados, ride a race and all that jazz, and then I didn't really have the time to go back and ride one race to come back, and you know, so it sucks there, and it took my bug away.
I'm trying to put this together, so I'm thinking like you now as a more veteran jockey / exercise rider, a horseman.
Yeah. Horseman,
you know, like you'd be able to guide younger guys who want to be part of this a little bit better. You know, like what they should and shouldn't do.
Exactly, because I've been through all the rocky roads, and I came out of a lot of them, so I can tell. So don't go down that road or don't go down this road, you know.
Now, as you see it, you know, there's a lot of horsemen coming out of Barbados, as we can see every day. There's a new one.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you kind of mesh with where you can lend that advice, or it doesn't really happen that way? Well,
I am pretty humble. I'm pretty quiet, to be honest. Whatever I learned, I try to keep in my book, to keep on building and building more knowledge all the time. But like, if someone do recognize the talent I have and want to answer a question or two, I'm not going to shy to give you a couple of pointers, but I just don't give everyone pointers that is not going to take it to the right use, you know.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's not even funny hearing the stories of some of these riders and some of the stuff that they've been through over several years. You know, I want to go all the way back to Winnipeg, and if you can tell me what was the first winter like in Winnipeg for you?
It was crazy, to be honest. Cold, but it wasn't too bad because I was with my first baby mom at the time, so everything was just a learning experience. Actually, and like I just stopped inside and bundled up. I tried to like go tubing and tobogganing and stuff like that to get acclimatized for the next spring when I know it's going to be cold, you know.
So you did a bit of outdoor activity.
Yeah. When I first came, it was rough. Didn't have the proper equipment to gallop horses. It had a hole in my boot.
that's not going to help you in Winnipeg.
Yeah. No long johns, so my body wasn't accustomed to cold. I was dressing too bulky, so I used to get too hot, too cold, fall off all the time until the summer came, and then my body really got into it, right? So it was like after work, I used to like go for walks around the store. Just any little thing I can do to acclimatize myself, I would. And now you can see me, it can be -30, no jackets on.
You know, that's a really good strategy that you had back then, just to acclimatize, because from what I'm hearing, Winnipeg is no joke.
No joke. No joke. No joke. But it actually make me better, makes me stronger, because now I come here, it's cold, so as I say, it thicken my skin a lot. Really thicken my skin a lot.
How many years did you spend in Winnipeg?
Before I came here, I would say like 5-6 years before I came to Toronto. Actually, I went to Northland Spark first for like a month or two before they closed down, and then I came here.
Can you share a little bit of any stories from Northlands?
Well, Northlands is a really cool track, like, because when I left Winnipeg, I was still like stuck in a gallop boy zone. So when I came to Edmonton, it was like more like people had me feeling more like a jockey, right? So when I came, it was just like right off the bat, people start putting me on horses on the afternoon, and I built my confidence really, really fast.
Is there a difference with Edmonton and Winnipeg when it comes to the horsemen and the horse community?
I won't really see a big difference, but just different track, different atmosphere, different people. It's gonna feel different because I've been in Winnipeg so long. It's just, you know. So when I actually got the chance to go to Edmonton and everything was a little bit more freely, I feel a lot comfortable. I feel a lot better because Winnipeg wasn't bad. Winnipeg was great, to be honest. It's just I didn't really have much opportunity there.
I see.
I got my opportunity there, like galloping horses, being on a contract and stuff like that, and learning lots more how to control my weight and breezing horses and stuff like that. It really toned me to be better here, to be honest.
So you spent that time in Edmonton and Winnipeg, and now you moved to Woodbine, Toronto.
The big track.
What made you make that transition?
Because everyone was always telling me, man, I should go to like Fort Erie, I should go to like Saskatoon or even like Northlands. And then when I did try Northlands and I got like people start treating me like a jockey there, I just got, I wouldn't say got more brave, but yeah, I got the feeling more.
You got the bug.
Yeah, I got the feeling more. So it was like to come into Woodbine, nothing wasn't stopping me, to be honest, because I wanted to be a good rider, and the only way to be a good rider is to ride with the best riders. So that's why I wanted to come here, to ride with the best riders and learn as much as I could from all the great guys.
I mean, if the purses increases with different tracks, would you say that's where the best riders would be? And in terms of Canada, Woodbine has the highest purses, so the better riders are pretty much like Woodbine, you would say.
Yeah. And plus, like, when you hear the name of Patrick Husbands, like, we all want to be Patrick Husbands, or we all want to be somewhat like Patrick Husbands. So coming here even to share the same jock room, or even to get like any little knowledge I can get from, you know, just that's where we want to be the best, train with the best, and be the best I can.
No, it hasn't been a easy ride at Woodbine for you.
No.
So I mean, you get here and then the work starts, because you got to figure things out. Now you realize this is high stakes.
Yeah.
You know, this is the big business here. Is it discouraging or is it encouraging?
No, as I say, like, nothing was stopping me when I came here, because like everything that was discouraging already discouraged me already in a peg. So it's like I came here, it's just, as I say, like, it taking my skin, right? So when I got here, it's like nothing didn't faze me. I already know the ups and downs of the business. Like, I already know how it felt to get turned on from getting a horse. I already know putting in all the work on this horse, and you wanted to ride it so bad and you don't get an opportunity to ride it. So like, I already passed all that stage. So when I came here, it was just like, I'm just gonna work and be patient. When I get the shot, whenever I get the shot, I'm gonna show them who Corey Jordan is.
This is a real question, as the youths will say. This is real talk.
Yeah.
So, do you think that people who really like you're behind the big horses and all that, do you think they really understand the kind of passion that guys like yourself have for horse racing, coming out of the Caribbean, coming out of Barbados? Like, there's a different kind of passion.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. You gotta let them know. If you don't know, they want to know, right? But it's deep embedded from our hearts, from our fingernails to our toenails, and the last one, the hair on your head. All horse racing.
Yeah, I found that out going to Barbados back in March, and just walking down the street, how people talk about the races, like if they rode races before.
Yeah.
You know, they just into it. You know, it's a different kind of thing.
That's what wakes me up in the morning time, like the love for the horses and nothing else. Because if I don't take care of them, I can't take care of my bills. I can't buy shoes. Like, there's what feed me. So I gotta make sure they're safe out there every day, get back inside every day, so I can ride them every day.
Now, you know, here at Woodbine currently, I know you juggle a few things, a few different barns. Is there any one trainer in particular that you have a special bond with over the years?
Well, yeah, two trainers. In fact, I would say Micah Wright is the first trainer I really got the bond with. On the afternoon, gave me a shot to ride, and then here comes Andrew Smith. That's the word I really bond with, to be honest. He gave me a lot of opportunities that I didn't wish I would actually got him.
Oh, you know, that's always good to hear, because, you know, what I'm figuring out is that, you know, jockeys need a one or two trainers to, you know, to be good with. Yeah. You know, to get those opportunities, right? Yeah. You see it the same way too?
Yeah. To be honest, yeah. Because if you don't got someone behind you that's gonna push you, especially when you want to ride and you're not getting an opportunity, you don't got someone behind you to help push you, you're gonna be stuck.
I see. Well, you know, currently I see you're working in the barn of the Hall of Famer Bob Tiller.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about that experience? Just kind of rubbing shoulders with that operation.
Well, to be honest, I don't want to disclose too much, but it's been nice, and he being patient. I got to be patient, because as I say, like, he's a Hall of Famer. He's Bob Tiller, and if he's ready to give me a shot, I just gotta wait it out. I don't want to rush him. I don't, you know.
Waiting is the name of the game.
Yeah, just gotta wait
Patience.
it out. Patience. And I know, and I've been patient for a long time, and things do happen. So it ain't make no sense rushing it now and spilling the paint, right?
I want to ask you a couple of questions here. You know, for a veteran like yourself, because you know you've seen, you said you rode like Rocco and Rico. Those guys were like a few months ahead of you, right?
Yeah.
Back in the days.
Yeah.
But you know, they've moved on and they've you know, they've done pretty okay.
Yeah.
Right. And do you ever when you're sitting at home or you're just watching, you say like now you see the bug boys and bug girls, they come in, they get shots and stuff like that, you know, is there anything inside of you that makes you, you know, quivers you or makes you feel good, or you know?
Well, I like to see when the guys come from Barbados and they're doing well, they just give us that spot and put our name out there even more, you know.
Everything all right?
Morning, John.
Morning. Morning, brother.
246, don't forget.
Not saying that I wouldn't like to get the opportunity too, but I like to see the guys doing well, yeah.
Do you think Barbados have done a really good job of carving out their name as a force to reckon with horse racing when it comes to horsemanship?
Yeah, I would say that. Because when they first started here, I started with a Barbados guy too. I used to gallop for Ricky Griffith when they first came. That was my first barn I came. Yeah, that's the first guy I galloped for here actually, Ricky Griffith. He gave me a couple of riders too, but I unfortunately didn't have no winners for him. But I think I had 1 second, 1 third, something like that. But yeah,
what was Ricky like?
Ricky, awesome, awesome. Just lay back, let it. I won't say let you do whatever you want to do, but yeah, let you do what you think. He lets you do what you know. He's not gonna hammer you. He's not gonna tell you to do this or do that. He just let you go out there. If he trusts you to know the horse and bring him back. And we had a lot of success galloping together.
So you know, this brings me to this point right now that currently you manage your own business. You don't have an agent.
No.
So that's I guess you manage all your finances, but also it's a little bit tougher for you to get the mounts that you probably will try to get, right?
Yeah. Well, that's how I gotta manage it, because at the end of the day, I still gotta make money, and I don't got no agent. So whatever I get on in the morning time to gallop, and I'm not gonna get the opportunity to ride, I make sure those horses are 100% that when they go to the races, they have a shot to win. And if they do win, I know that my work is working, and maybe I get an opportunity to ride something else in the barn.
Now, I want to ask you this burning question that just came to my head. So if a trainer came to you who's brand new to Woodbine, and he say, hey, look, I need someone to gallop for me, and you're going to get the opportunity in the afternoons, would that be exciting?
Right now?
Right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be really exciting. I will sign the paper right there and then, right now.
I mean,
to be honest, because like I'm doing the same thing right now, just galloping and galloping and galloping. And if I get the opportunity in one, I only got one shot, and if that one shot don't hit, I gotta go all the way back to the drawing board. And I don't like going back to the drawing board, so I gotta make sure that one shot count.
That must be really stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I saw you in a race last weekend. You know, you didn't get to the finish line first, but you know, but for a jockey, you know, you want to win because you want people to see you win, right? And if you know, you're not going to get the best horse all the time too, and that must be really challenging. Yeah,
because as I say, like you get one ride and then it's like a candy you put in your mouth and it drop. You want to go back with it again. It just gets your blood hot. So you ride one race and then there's another one. you want to go, you go. And most of the time, when you get like the opportunity to do it again and again, that's where you get better, right?
I know you recognize that that's part of the business. You know, you gallop in hopes of getting the mounts, but sometimes does it play with your psyche, or you're so veteran now that you just kind of like brush it off?
I can't say no. It do some days it do, but the next day you wake up, something else happen, and then you're back. You gotta got tough skin around here, to be honest. This is a racetrack, and if you can't tough it out, you're not gonna make it. Everyone is kind of like on the ups and downs on the backside here. Some days they got winners, some days they got losers. So like for me, we're all in the same boat behind here. So as I say, if you don't step your game up and try to get into the winner's circle, you're gonna be stuck behind here. Hard work pays off. That's all I can say behind here.
It's a real tough business.
Yeah.
Horse racing is no joke, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun for people if you watch the races, if you get a chance to play the horses and so forth. But you know, the backstretch business is a whole different ball game.
A whole different ball game. You think like if Cassie beats Kevin in a race, you don't think Kevin want to go back in and beat him the next day? Like, it's not gonna stop. It's all in our blood. We want to be the best every day, every time.
Winning is all that matters in horse racing.
The fight to win. So, as I was saying, like, for those trainers and stuff try to beat up their one another, like, for me, is me trying to find a horse to beat up the top guys that already got the horses. You understand what I mean?
You know, horse racing is one thing, but I'm finding out in a backstretch is like a whole puzzle. Yeah. You know, one big puzzle back there. One big puzzle.
So for me, like, no matter if it's 10 to 1, 20 to 1, 50 to 1, 99 to 1, I just need an opportunity to get out there. I just needed an opportunity to get out there and try my best.
I'm finding that out.
Yeah. And if it's 99 to 1, I go out there like he's 1-to-1 favorite, man. To be honest, I go out there like he's 99, like 1-to-1 favorite, man. I ride. That's why I try to ride everyone as hard as I can.
Well, I mean, I can only imagine because I've seen you ride, and you gotta give it your all.
Yeah.
You give it your best shot because, you know, like you just said, you don't know if you're gonna get that opportunity,
exactly.
The opportunity again, right?
Some days they're walking past the wire, and I'm still trying to ride them past the wire. You know, so but as I say, all it is behind here is working hard, trying to find the right horse, and hopefully I get the shot to ride one of the good ones and try to make some money for my kids.
What's been the most difficult part of your life so far?
The most difficult part of my life? That ain't no question. The most difficult part of my life is watching all my family go one by one. It started with my dad, then my mom, then my granddad, then my grandmom. So I had to deal with all that basically in Canada. That's why I didn't really want to talk too much about it when he asked me like what was going on with my brain and stuff. Yeah, because I never really got the opportunity to go back and see her. Marietta was working on my papers and stuff like that. You know? So you know, when I'm working on papers, it's hard to go back home, and I didn't really know all the credentials at the time to figure out the paperwork, how to talk to the government or whatever, like to get the paperwork started so I could go home and come back. Because if I did go home, the paperwork would be squashed. So I didn't want to take that chance, and she was already on her dying bed, and she was like, "Son, don't come home because she's gonna pass anyway. Don't lose the opportunity in Canada, right?" So
that's real tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while, but my condolences, you know, because, you know, for a young man at that time too, you know, you want to pay your respects, but, you know, here you are with opportunities, and, you know, the relatives are saying, look, you got a shot, you take the shot.
Take the shot.
And, you know, and people that you work with don't always know that this is why you're here.
Yeah.
Opportunities. Man, it was such a tough business.
Yeah.
You know.
And mostly, if it wasn't for my kids, to be honest, I would try to be running over here and running there with an agent and stuff like that. But I love my kids too much, and I prefer to do it how I do it. You know, once I make money in the morning time, that I can actually pay the bills and stuff, and know when I get the opportunity, because I'm not gonna give up. I ain't giving up. I ain't just giving up my job license. Keep fighting.
You got a big family.
That's what I say, and I know where the winner's circle at, and I know how to get there. So.
Hey, look, man. You know, I know this game is no joke.
Yeah.
It's no joke at all. So let's hope that you know, people out there will be able to see the kind of stuff that you guys go through in order to try to make it. Yeah. You know, be jockey. I mean, here you are. You know, you fit the bill. You know, you're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go right now. Like as I was saying, like back then, I always had always had problems with my weight, but as I say, my brain wasn't right. So if your brain is not right, your body is not right. So like now I got everything has come together. I got my brain right again, my body's right, I'm fit, I'm light. I'm just waiting for the opportunity. myself. As I say, just patient, just working. So when they do come, I'm ready.
It was nice talking to you this morning, man. This is really interesting, you know. We might have to do this again. We might have to do a part 2.
Yeah, for sure, because we didn't even touch that half of the stuff. You know?
I mean, this is so much. We probably, you know, like, is there anything I'm missing?
Well, I'm not much of a camera guy, so you gotta answer questions or talk away, you know.
Well, I mean, I asked you what's been the most difficult part of your life so far. You answered that question.
Yeah.
What's been the most beautiful part of your life so far?
The most beautiful part of my life so far? My kids and winning races. When you cross that wire, there's not a better feeling than that, to be honest. Or you come home, you see your kids run, daddy. You know, they want to be around you all the time. Like, yeah, that's my go-to feeling. See them come here to races and watch me ride and be inspired by me. Like, yeah, that's the feeling I have.
Would you
cross the wire first and see them, and if they're there, is get them in the picture, even better.
Do you have boys?
Yeah, I got 2 boys.
2 boys.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 boys. Would you want them to be a jockey, or any of them to be a jockey as well?
Well, I wouldn't push them to be a jockey, to be honest. But they're already kind of like, the one, he's already kind of a horse boy, so I don't think I gotta push him too hard. And I got a little girl, her name is Korea. She wants to ride. I don't want to push her, I want to be a vet or something, but if she wants to ride, I'll let her. Because she's really into the horses, man.
That's the one thing I'm finding out, that, you know, guys who are involved in horse racing, somehow the kids always catch the bug too, you know. It's really interesting, you know.
Although all of them, like that one, she really got the bug. She really got the bug. I gotta try to keep her away from the horses, basically. But as I say, I won't be the one to pressure her to be a rider, because I know how difficult the riding is. I would more pressure them to be like a vet or something like that. But if they do want to ride it, that's one thing I'm not going to take away, because that's what my granddad took away from my dad, and my dad didn't want to take that away from me, so I can't go take it away from my kid.
You know, so you got the girl and the boy. The boy, you don't have to push too hard. The girl, she seems like she's interested in being part of the horse racing as well. You're not sure yet which part, but maybe some part.
Maybe some part. Yeah, sure.
Do you ever think you'll own some horses too as well?
Yep, definitely. Someday, not right now, but my girlfriend actually, she's an assistant, and she always in the game. So whenever she gets one, that'd be one that I'd be willing to accommodate her, helping her get into the races. To be honest.
You know, when we first started talking, you know, I remember, when was it, a couple weeks ago or last week or whenever it was, and you were like, you didn't think you have a lot of story, but you definitely have a lot of story, Corey.
Yeah, because as I say, like, I'm not like one of the guys that are always on the front lines. I'm mostly, I say, on the back side, behind the scenes, so working hard behind the scenes. So thank you very much for putting me in the spotlight, to be honest.
Hey, you know what? It's a pleasure of mine, man. I'll do it anytime. I do it for a lot of other people too, and I'll continue to do it because, you know, there's a lot of guys that don't always get the shot. Yeah. You know, and that feeling must not be very pleasant. Sometimes.
We're aching. Definitely aching to get out there. But what can you do? As I say, like, it's a really tough game, and it's a really hard business. A lot of owners invest their money and stuff into the horses so they can choose whoever they want to ride, you know. So it's really hard, man, to be honest. But as I say, you just gotta tough it out, stick it out, and be patient. You never know when your opportunity is gonna come, man. You never know when your opportunity is gonna come. So
when that shot comes around, who knows, maybe next week or 2 weeks from now, whenever.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get in that winner's circle, we'll come back and we'll do this again, man.
Again, man.
Respect every time, man.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. The hardest part about our morning right here.
What's that?
This is the hardest part about my morning right here. And I finish with him, I want to go jump in on an ice bus challenge.
How many more you got after him?
We got one more after him.
All right, you come back this way again?
No, we gotta take that one to the training
Track.
That's the boss big horse. One of them.
Well, I thought the big horse was Patches.
That was one of them. One of them.
He just won the other day.
Yeah, I know.